Alright, welcome back, my beautiful people. Right, so today we're going to be doing some more trinomials, but we're going to be doing some tricky trinomials. Okay, so if you look here and you look at this, sorry guys, again, this should be an A, I apologize. Yeah, that should be an A. Alright, so if I look at this, first thing I always have to do is always have to look for a common factor. Alright, I see that there's no common factor here, but there's something different in all the other, compared to all the other trinomials that I've done so far, okay, in my previous video. Alright, over here, we've got a number in front of a squared, okay, so that's called a coefficient, okay, so I've got a coefficient in front of a squared, alright. Now there's something, I don't like this, okay, there's something going on here, something fishy, okay, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different today, okay. So immediately I know that I'm factorizing. There's no common factor. Okay, so I just open up two brackets as normal, as usual. Okay. And I do exactly the same thing. I look at the last term, okay, and I see that that is negative. Okay, so what does that mean about the signs in my brackets? Okay, I know that's going to be a plus and a minus. Okay, so when I have a tricky trinomial like this, I don't want to put the signs in just yet, especially if they're a plus and a minus. Okay, I'll show you now just now. Okay, so what did I do after that? I determined the signs. Okay, what did I do after that? Okay, I found the factors of 14, or factors of the last term, okay, that add up or differ to give me the middle term. Okay, so now let's find out what the factors of 14 are. Okay, so I've got 1 and 14, okay, and I've got 2 and 7. Okay, are there any more factors of 14? No. Okay, I'm going to tell you now, there's no more factors of 14, so that's it. Okay, but now what about this 2 over here? Okay, so let's separate this 2 now. Okay, so 2, what are the factors of 2? We've got 2 and 1, okay, and 2 and 1. It's the only two factors, okay? So I'm going to create these two little boxes. Okay, two little boxes. Right, there's my second box. Alright, so now, the reason why I've got 2 and 1 and 1 and 14 is because if I take this 2a squared, okay, if I put 2a here and I put a over here, okay, 2a multiplied by a is going to give me 2a squared. Okay, so that's my factors of 2. So 2 and 1, multiply those together to get the first term. Okay, now this 2a is going to multiply with one of the factors of 14. Okay, so it can either be 2 or 7 or 1 and 14. Okay, but I don't know yet exactly which one it's going to be yet. So let's see now. Okay, so if I multiply 2 with 1, what am I going to get? I'm going to get a 2. Okay, and if I multiply 1 with 14, what am I going to get? I'm going to get 14. Okay, so in my previous video, I explained that if I want to get a negative second term, okay, which factor has to be negative? The biggest one or the smallest one? The biggest one. Okay, so in order for me to get a negative answer, okay, I need to have the biggest factor being whatever that sign is for the middle term. Okay, so negative 14 and then plus 2. Okay, and what is negative 14 plus 2? Alright, so that's negative 12. Obviously not negative 3. Okay, so now let's go back a bit. Okay, so let's go back. Let's try a different combination. Okay, so let's try 2 and 14. Okay, 2 times 14, I know that's going to be 28. Okay, I'm going to stop there immediately because I know that 28 and 1 is never going to give me 3. Okay, so I can scratch out this box. Okay, so you see how I did that? I first multiplied across and then I multiplied diagonally. Okay, so let's try this box over here. Let's try 2 and 2. What is 2 times 2? It's 4. Fantastic. And what is 1 times 7? 7. Alright, so now, again, like I said before, right, in order for me to get a negative answer here, which one of these numbers has to be negative? The bigger one. Okay, so negative 7 plus 4. Alright, so is negative 7 plus 4 negative 3? Awesome. Okay, so here's my combination now. Okay, so can you see that I've got the factors of 2 here? Okay, 2 and 1. Here's my factors of 2, 2 and 1. Okay, what did I multiply 2 with to get 4? 2 multiplied with 2. Okay, so when I multiply these brackets out, I'm going to multiply 2a, factors of 2, with a factor of 14, and that factor of 14 was the other 2. Okay, so 2 times 2 gave me 4, so it's 2 times positive 2 gave me positive 4. Alright, and then here's the 1, so the 1a, okay, the factor of 2, okay, is going to multiply with 7, okay, but I know that that 7 has to be negative, okay, so it needs to be a negative 7. 1 multiplied by negative 7 is going to give me negative 7, okay, so 1 multiplied with negative 7 is going to give me negative 7. Okay, so let's see. Okay, 2 times 2, that's 4. Okay, minus 7, that's negative 3. Okay, so let me do it again. I'll just do it all over again just to refresh. Okay, so let's see. Right, so that should be an A, not bad. Right, so I look there, no common factors. Cool, so I open up my brackets. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, and then I look at the factors of 14. Okay, factors of 14 are 1 and 14 and 2 and 7. Alright, and I know that that's a negative, so my signs are going to be plus and minus. I'm not going to put them in just yet. Okay, and then I've got the factors of 2, which is 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Alright, draw little boxes around those. There's my first box and my second box. Okay, so now I'm just going to multiply, see what I get. Okay, 2 times 1, that's 2, 1 and 14. Okay, I know that 14 and 2 will never give me negative 3. Okay, so try a different combination. So let's try 2 and 14, 28. And let's try 1 and 1. That's 1. Okay, that's never going to give me negative 3. Okay, so I'm going to scratch out this box. It's not this one. Okay, and let's try this one. Let's try 2 and 2. Okay, that's going to give me 4. And 1 and 7, 7. Okay, 7 and 4 can give me negative 3. But now which one of these, the 7 or the 4, has to be negative for me to get a negative 3? Okay, the 7 has to be negative. Okay, and a plus 4 there. Okay, so now let's see. So now let's see what were the factors of 2? Factors of 2 were 2 and 1. So there's 2a and 1a. Okay, just so you can see, you don't have to put the 1 there. Just so you can see, there's my factors of 2. Okay, 2a times a gives me 2a squared. All right, and what did I multiply the a with? Or the 2a, sorry. What did I multiply the 2a with? Okay, I'm going to multiply the 2a with positive 2 to give me positive 4. Okay, so 2a is going to multiply with positive 2 to give me 4. And then 1a is going to multiply with negative 7 to give me negative 7. Okay, so positive 1a, positive 1, multiplied by negative 7 will give me negative 7. So 1a times negative 7 is going to give me negative 7. Okay, so negative 7 plus 4, 2 times 2 is 4, is negative 3. Alright, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just rewind the video and just, yeah, refresh it for yourself. Okay, hoping that's making sense now. Let's get into some examples here. Alright, so factorize a trinomial and check your answers by multiplying. Okay, so let's check here. Alright, so I see over here I've got no common factors. Okay, so there's no common factors there. So immediately I know that's a no common factor because that's a 7. Okay, so it's a prime number. Okay, so I'm not going to worry. Alright, so I look at my last term. Okay, now I see it's positive. Okay, so when it's positive, what are my options? Either plus plus or minus minus. Alright, so I open up my two brackets. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, and now which combination am I going to use here? Okay, how do I know which one? Yeah, okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my previous trinomial video. Okay, so I look at this. There's my plus. Okay, so I know it's going to be positive and positive. That's going to be my combination of signs. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, so I know I need to get the factors of 18. Okay, factors of 18 quickly is 1 and 18. Okay, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. Okay, and there we go, and we stop there. Okay, and then the factors of 7, so 7 and 1, 7 and 1, 7 and 1. Alright, so let me draw boxes around those. There's my boxes. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so now let's test. Okay, let's start multiplying. Okay, so let's see. 7 multiplied by 1 is 7. Okay, 1 times 18 is 18. Okay, so I know that they're both going to be positive. Okay, because remember my combination there. Okay, so plus 18 plus 7. What does that give me? Okay, cool. Gives me 25. Alright, so I know that's not going to be that. So let's try a different one. 1 times 1 is 1. 7 times 18. Okay, whoa, that's way too big. Okay, that's never going to give me 27. Okay, so I'm going to cross out this box over here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's try 7 and 2. 7 and 2 is 14. Okay, 1 and 9 is 9. Okay, what is 9 plus 14? Okay, it's 23. So I'm getting close. Not quite there yet. I'm getting close though. Okay, let's try 1 and 2. Okay, it's 2 and 7 and 9. Okay, that is going to be 63. Right, and 63 and 2 is never going to give me 27. Alright. Okay, so I know it's not going to be that box of combinations. Alright, let's try this one. Okay, 7 and 3. That's going to give me 21. Alright, and 1 and 6. Okay, it's going to give me 6. Alright, and I know they're both positive and positive. 21 plus 6, what is that? Oh, ding, 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 I got 27. Alright, fantastic things. Okay, so what were the factors of 7 that I used? I used 7 and 1. Okay, so let's put the 7 and the 1 in front. Okay, and it's 7m, okay, because there's an m there. And m times m is m squared, and 7 times 1 is 7. Okay, so we're cool with that. Alright, now let's check. What did the 7 multiply with? 7 multiplied with 3. Okay, so I'm going to go from the two outers, so 7m multiplied by the furthest one, so it's the furthest multiplied with the furthest one, so the two furthest numbers. Okay, so 7 times 3. Okay, and it's positive 3 this time. Okay, so it's positive 3 gives me positive 21. 7 times positive 3 is 21. Right, and then I've got 1 multiplied with, now it's my inner ones. Okay, so it's my outer ones multiplying together and my inner ones multiplying together. Okay, so 1 multiplied with 6, positive 6, to give me positive 6, and there we go. Okay, and that's how you do these tricky ones. Okay, it's not too difficult actually. Alright, so let's see. Let's just clear up some space here. Alright, make that look nice. Okay, so again here, do I see any common factors? No, I can see 13. Oof, that's a prime number. Alright, so we know that it's not going to be, there's not going to be any common factors there. Alright, so let's look. I can open up two brackets. And now let's look at that last term over there. Okay, so I see it's negative. So what's my combination? Plus and minus. Alright, so what I want to do is quickly, I just want to get rid of these x's and y's. Okay, so I'm just going to put an x here in front, an x there in front, and a y at the back, and a y at the back. Okay, because I know that that's what it's going to end up with. Y times y is y squared, x times x is x squared, and x times y is going to give me this xy term over here. So I'm just going to deal with the letters so I don't have to worry about them later, so I don't forget about them. Okay, so let's just leave that as it is. Alright, and now let's see. Okay, so what are the factors of 13? Okay, so we've got 1 and 13. Okay, and the factors of 10, one of the factors is 1 and 10. Okay, and then I've got another 1 and 13 because I've got a factor of 5 and 2. It's going to give me 10 there. Okay, so there's my one box. Okay, and there's my other one. Alright, let's see. Alright, so let's multiply across here. Okay, so 1 times 1 is 1, and 13 times 10 is 130. Okay, that is way too big. It's never going to give me 21. Right, so we're going to go 13 and 1. Okay, so we have 13, and 1 times 10 is 10. Right, so 10 and 13. Alright, for this to be positive, okay, which one of these numbers has to be positive? The bigger one or the smaller one? Okay, the bigger one has to be positive. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my other trinomial video. Okay, explains everything in there. Alright, so that's positive 13 minus 10. What is positive 13 minus 10? Okay, that is positive 3. Okay, but I'm looking for 21. Okay, so that I know is not going to be my box. Okay, now let's look here. So here I've got 1 and 5. Okay, that's going to give me 5. And 13 and 2, that's going to give me 26. Alright, so in order for this to be positive, okay, which one of these numbers has to be positive? The bigger one or the smaller one? Good, the bigger one. Okay, so it's plus, and that one's going to be minus. Alright, and what is 26 minus 5? Oh, ding, 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 it's 21. Fantastic things. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so the factors of 13 that I used 1 and 13. Okay, so I'm going to put the 13 here in front and the 1 there at the back. Okay, it's fine if you switch them around. That's perfectly fine. I just like putting the bigger number in the front. Just preference. Okay, so now let's look at the 13. Okay, factor of 13, here it is. Okay, what did he multiply by to get 26? I multiplied 13 with positive 2. Okay, so 13 multiplied with my outer, so the two furthest outers ones. Okay, so as far out as you can imagine. Okay, so we've got the outer ones multiplying together. Okay, 13 multiplied with 2, positive 2. Okay, gave me positive 26. Alright, and now I do my innermost terms. Okay, 1 times 1 multiplied with 5, but I need to get negative. So it needs to be 1 times negative 5. Alright, okay, negative 5y. Okay, and there we go. Easy peasy. Alright, so now we just make it look nice and neat. Okay, take those boxes out. Alright, and there we go. Okay, hoping that's making sense now. Okay, let's do 2 more examples. Alright, so let's look at this. Alright, again, I see that there's no common factors here. Okay, there's a 19. 3 is not going to go into 19. Okay, so I know there's no common factors there. Alright, so I'm going to open up 2 brackets, as I do always. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, now I look at the last term. I see it's positive. So what does that mean? Okay, it's either plus plus or minus minus. Alright, so now which combination am I going to use here? How do I know? I look at the middle term. Okay, so I see it's negative. Alright, so my combination is going to be minus and minus. Alright, so let's just get rid of my r's and s's. Okay, so I know the r is going to be in the front here. R and r is going to give me r squared, and s at the back to give me s. So now I'm done with my letters. I don't have to worry about them. So I'm not going to forget about them later. Alright, so I look at the factors of 20. Okay, factors of 20 is 1 and 20. We've got 2 and 10, and we've got 4 and 5. Okay, and the factors of 3 and 1, 3 and 1. Oh, that's a nice 3, and 3 and 1. Right, so I put boxes around those, make them look nice and snug. Right, boom, 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 boom. Right, and then I'll just start multiplying out. So let's see. Let's try. It's trinomials. Okay, try. Right, so 3 times 1, that's 3. Okay, and 1 times 20, that's 20. Okay, so I'm quite close. Okay, so if they minus, both minus, negative and negative. So negative 20 minus 3 is negative 23. Okay, so almost there. Alright, and then we've got 1 and 1, which is 1. Okay, remember negative because we're using this combination here, so negative. And we've got 3 and 20, that's 60, so negative 60, that's going to give me negative 61. Okay, so it's not going to be this, one. Alright, let's try this one. Okay, so 3 times 2, that's going to give me 6, okay, but it needs to be negative. And 1 times 10 is going to be 10 and negative. Alright, that's going to give me negative 16. Okay, that's also kind of close, but not quite. Right, so let's try a different one. Okay, 3 and 10, that's going to give me 30, it needs to be negative. And 1 times 2, that's going to give me 2, and it needs to be negative. Alright, so negative 30, that's going to give me negative 32. Okay, that's too big. Okay, so I know it's not going to be this box. Right, let's look at this one. Alright, so now I've got 3 times 4. Okay, that's going to give me 12. And 1 and 5. That's going to give me 5. They're both negative. Okay, so I'm getting quite close here. Alright, that's going to give me negative 17. Okay, that's almost there. Almost there. 2 off. Right, let's try this one. Okay, 1 times 4 is going to be 4. It needs to be negative. Okay, and 3 times 5, okay, is going to give me 15, and it needs to be negative. Okay, so is negative 4 minus 15, does that equal negative 19? Yes, ding, ding, ding. So here's my combination that I'm going to be using. All right, so now I always put my factors of whatever this first term is, factors of that go in the front. So I used 3 and I used 1. All right, now check here. Okay, so I used 3 and 5 to give me negative 15. Okay, so 3 multiplied by negative 15. Okay, so remember we multiply the outermost terms. Okay, so 3 and 3. Sorry, 3 and 3 and 5. Sorry, not 15. 3 and 5 give me negative 15. Right, and then I multiplied my innermost terms. Okay, so I've got 1 multiplied with negative 4 to give me negative 4. Okay, so this needs to be negative 4. Okay, so let's check my signs are right. So I've both got negative and negative. There's my negative, negative. Okay, awesome stuff, and there we go. All right, let's try the next example. Let's clear up some space here. All right, let's look at this. Okay, again, I see that there's no common factors. Okay, so I'm going to open up a nice 2 brackets, boom, 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 boom. Right, look at that last term. Okay, what is my combination of signs? We're going to have a plus and we're going to have a minus. Awesome stuff. All right, so now look at this. I see I'm going to have factors of 14. Okay, factors of 14 are 1 and 14. Okay, and we've got 2 and 7. Right, and then the factors of 4. Okay, so we've got 1 and 4. Okay, and 1 and 4 needs to go with this one as well. Okay, and then we've got 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Okay, so my factors of 14 again need to go with each one of those. Okay, so now I've got 4 boxes. Ooh, now it's getting quite complicated now. Alright, let's put some boxes around those and around those. Okay, so can you see that? The factors of 14, okay, went with the factors of 4, which is 1 and 4, 1 and 4, and also the other factors of 4, which is 2 and 2, 2 and 2. So please don't forget that. Alright, so let's try again. Let's just multiply stuff. Alright, so we've got 14 and 1, that's 14, and 1 and 4, it's going to give me 4. Okay, 14 and 4 is never going to give me 1. Okay, so I'm not going to even care about the signs yet. Okay, let's try 14 and 4. Okay, that's going to be way too big. Alright, so I can already eliminate that one. Alright, so let's do 2 and 1. That's going to be 2. 7 and 4. That's 28. That's way too big. It's never going to give me 1. Let's try this way. Okay, 7 and 1. That's going to give me 7. Alright, and let's do 2 and 4. Okay, 2 and 4 is going to give me 8. Okay, this is looking nice. Okay, 8 and 7. Can that give me 1 if I minus them? Yes, awesome. Okay, so let's check. So for this to be positive, okay, which one of these has to be positive? The bigger one. Good. Okay, so we've got positive there and minus there. Alright, so now let's go back over here. Okay, so I've got an A and an A there in the front. Right, and I always put the factors of 14 that I was using to multiply. Which factors of 14 did I use? I used 7 and 2. Alright, so I'm going to put the big one in front just for preference. Okay, you can put the 2 there by all means. Okay, just for me, I like to put the big one in front. Okay, so now I multiplied 7 with 1, but I need to get a negative 7. Okay, so what does that 1 have to be? That 1 needs to be negative 1. Right, so my 2 outer terms are going to multiply, and my 2 inner terms are going to multiply. Okay, so 2 multiplied with positive 4 to give me positive 8. Okay, so 2 times positive 4. Okay, are my signs satisfied? Okay, plus minus, awesome stuff. Alright, hoping this makes sense, hoping it's getting easier. Eventually, the more you do, the less you have to use these boxes, and you can start even just doing it in your head. Okay, once you do a lot of these. Okay, awesome. I hope this is going to help you for exams. Yeah, if there's anything in here that you don't understand, just watch the previous trinomial video and it should explain a lot more. Okay, awesome.